and they're just saying like hot takes after hot takes because they're like, dude, when we're drunk, we just yell out random people's names, but you have to get in your bag for it. Like it'd be like a deep bag. Like they'll say like Big Z from Cleveland. I forgot his name. I don't know how to say it.
I just know
Zai-
I only know Wilgauskis. I don't know how to say the first
yeah,
name.
there you go. They'll just start saying a random name so they could keep each other on track. And then I was like, damn, who the fuck am I gonna say? I went with Jose Calderon.
Okay. My go-to is Jody Meeks. That's like the first. That's the first ball I throw.
No, yeah,
I hit him
if
with
we
the.
have them on the pod, they're gonna be. I'll be like, oh, Chris came in, and then they'll just keep on going.
I hit him with that Sasha Vujacic. I'm gonna hit him with the Smush Parker. I'm gonna hit him with the.
Hit them with the Eldon Campbell real quick. Old school Laker.
Or well, something in that is the intro. I don't know what it will be, but something that we just said is going to be the intro. Happy New Year's, everybody. By the time this gets uploaded, it may be 2025. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. NBA season is 30 something games in. NBA Cup has come and gone. Shout out to the Bucks. They actually
Shout out
won.
to the Bucks.
They actually look like a team. So that's kind of cool.
Look much better than.
I'm still. We'll get to it. But anyways, PJ, we're back. We'll get to that later. We're back, PJ. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling really good right now. Honestly, since New Year's is gonna be around the corner, and when this video drops, it's gonna be already 2025. I guess the New Year's resolution is to drop more videos. I know we kind of lacked up because we got jobs now, but I feel like we can try to push something out.
Yeah, I've been working for approximately 3 months now. I got right here. Shout out to San Diego Zoo, world famous.
Shout out to the zoo.
But December and October, 2 of the 3 months I've worked are both extremely busy months for the zoo. So I've been kind of just been locked in on that. But the next few months are going to be pretty relaxed. So hopefully we can get some work done for the podcast and for, just my channel and my channels in general. But yes, anyways, NBA season. So we've had a big enough sample size where we can say who has been a real disappointment and who has been a real good surprise. Because now we're not working off 11 games or 20 games. We got 30 plus games. So the Bucks' despair run is over. The Warriors' incredible hot start is over. Like, we're coming back down to earth for some of these teams. So before the season ends, before the year ends, since we're recording before 2025, let's just talk about it. Let's just see who has exceeded expectations and who has completely, miserably failed. If we're talking about failure, let's just start in the East. It still looks terrible. So at the top, surprisingly, we get the Cavs. I mean, we already talked about them in the last video we did, but they're up there. They're really doing it. It's like really cool.
Hot. Yeah.
It's like really cool. It's like, wow, everyone was just, and it'll be, playoffs is a different thing, but everyone was just like, oh, Celtics are going to dominate and repeat again. It's like, oh, first seed Cavs for now. So that's really cool. And then Celtics are second seed, Knicks are third seed. The Magic, who I believe are now missing Franz Wagner, are the fourth seed. But, I mean...
Is Paulo back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you watched them play?
I haven't watched them play, but I know they were missing both Franz and Paulo for a long period of time, but the team held it together. And they're there.
There was some tweet that was like, how when somebody gets to 20 and 21, everyone starts playing like really tough, like completely overly rough defense on whoever's got 20. That's the Magic, except it's all 5 players for like 48 minutes a game. Like they really are like dogs. Like I love it. Like it's kind of cool. Interesting.
I love it too because they're playing really hard, especially when their star players aren't there.
Right. That's part of the next man up mentality is Kind of sick.
That's
But
just great teamwork, to be honest.
yeah, but we're gonna get into the interesting part of the East. This little pocket here. The Hawks are actually the fifth seed,
Yeah.
18 and 15. Bucks are 16 and 14, and so are the Heat. The Pacers are 16 and 17, and then it's the Bulls, Pistons, and Sixers at ninth, 10th, and 11th seed. It's a very interesting pocket.
Very interesting.
Let's just talk about the Sixers because yeah, the expectations for this team. Obviously injuries, or obviously we know shit has happened, but 11th in the
I
East,
mean,
that's tough, man.
I don't want to point fingers at anybody, but let's do it. Let's point at Joel Embiid. I mean,
I don't want to
what
point
did
fingers, but
what did Tyrese Maxey say like a couple maybe months or a couple
oh
weeks
right,
ago?
he said
Joel
like
Embiid, you're
it,
coming out late to practice. Come on, my dude.
yeah, and like his body language. I think I don't remember if he said that exactly, but I feel like that was implied.
Yeah,
Or he said like he sets an example for the team, like they see him and how he plays, and then everyone else follows him and whatnot. But real quick, we're talking about the Sixers. Pour one out for our Filipino brother Jared McCain, who is on his way to winning Rookie of the Year before his injury. Hey, he said he was like 12%, 10%. That's enough, man. That's enough for us. Like we claim that
100%.
100%. Like he's going on the AAPI team immediately. He's on there
100%.
off one rookie season for sure. So shout out to him because he was literally like their best player, damn near, at least second best, while Paul George and Joel Embiid were out. So shout out to him. I hope he recovers well. But yeah, the Sixers. I mean, I know it's really weird with this team because the star power they have is like undeniable. It's like these are
Yeah,
some pretty incredible players. But like usually when you have that, it's like wait for the playoffs. You never know. Something could happen in the playoffs, but like none of them are particularly good playoff performers except for like Maxi. And
except for Maxey.
he's supposedly, well, I think at this point you have to say he's better than Paul George
Oh,
at this
100%.
point. So like,
Dude, watching Paul George on Christmas was terrible. I thought I was watching like watching Vince Carter on the Atlanta Hawks was much more fun than watching Paul George play.
dude,
He,
yeah,
he
Paul,
looked old.
I
He's
mean,
washed.
yeah, with like all due respect, once you hit a certain age and you have a certain amount of injuries, it's kind of like, you know, you can't really do much about it. Also, happy birthday, LeBron. We're recording this on
Happy
LeBron.
birthday,
We're recording this
LeBron.
on LeBron's birthday. If we're talking about, avoiding
Old
being
age.
washed, yeah, avoiding being washed and avoiding injuries, he might be the goat of it. Shout
100%.
out to LeBron. Anyways, that was the Sixers. Um, so the Bucks.
Oh wait, before you move on,
Oh, go ahead.
I have a prediction.
Oh, okay, there you go.
I don't think it's gonna be this year. Maybe it's very soon. Maybe in the off season. I think they're gonna pull a 2004 stunt
Okay.
like the Lakers did, and it's time to let Embiid go.
I mean, I can see it. It's possible. I wouldn't rule that out, but
If
I don't
if
know.
it keeps on happening, I feel like
How,
we gotta hand it off to Maxi. I think he's gonna lead the torch
how old?
for the 76ers.
Joel Embiid is 30 years old, turning 31 in March. So, not to say he's on the end of his prime, but like he's probably got like 4 years left. Probably.
Yeah, if he keeps doing load management, if he pulls the Kawhi stunt, maybe.
The Kawhi stunt. Yeah, we'll talk about him later too. But real quick, because for the Bucks, I'm on record saying I don't think this team will do anything in the playoffs if Brook Lopez is the starting center, and I still believe that. but the team at least looks better. Like the team just straight up looks better than it did before. But I'm
100%.
still, that is a wait for the playoffs scenario I'm very worried about
Hmm.
because he's still old and had back surgery, and like he just does not move like he used to. I feel like that's exploitable in the playoffs, but it's Giannis's MVP season, so you know that'll be fun. Um, I think he's, I mean, unbiased. I think he's, if you don't have him as a top two player or top two in MVP, I don't know what we're doing here. I don't know what we're doing here.
Bro, Giannis this year is kind of different.
He's good.
His mid range is DeMar DeRozan
Dude.
esque.
So the obviously people have criticized him for taking too many threes, which is fair. It's even if it's only like 3 a game, which is fair, it's too many. What I never understood is when people didn't respect his mid range, because he's had a midi for a little bit. It wasn't always as good as it is this year, but he definitely had a respectable midi, and like not every single one of his points is a layup or a free throw. Like he
100%.
definitely had a fadeaway. So now that
His middle
like,
game was always there, yeah.
yes, now that it's like really blossoming, now we're in like top tier mid range. Now I'm like, oh yeah, now we're cooking. And he's taking less threes now, so or that's why his efficiency is like absurd. He's like more games of like over 60% than under 50% or something like that. Like he's a demon, man. And his defense is still good. That was it, I think it was at some point in the NBA Cup. He had a nasty alley-oop block. Uh I think to win the game. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, your
I didn't
daily,
watch the cup, but I know he was really good during the cup. I
I
had to
mean,
miss it. I had work.
hey man, they won. So he had to have been balling. They won. He did that.
It wasn't even that close of a game, too.
I
So
know. But yeah. Oh yeah,
shout out
yeah,
to
and
Bud,
it was against the Thunder, who had like the best defense in the league by far. He bodied them.
the number one seed in the West.
You're, but yeah, I mean, I'm just happy the Bucks are not looking like a dumpster fire. Like that's fun. Um, but that's what I have to say. For the Hawks though, fifth seed,
Surprising, isn't it?
fifth seed. I mean, obviously Trey Young is still he's the mover, he's the big piece. But Dyson Daniels is low key trying to get Defensive Player of the Year. He's
Dude,
trying, bro. Have you seen his steals numbers? It is absurd,
I have not actually. I'm
dude.
gonna try
This
to find out.
guy, this guy is he's averaging 3 steals a game, and
Yo,
he has like the 5 or 6 like highest steal games of the season. It's like 6, 6, 7, 8. It's like
damn.
he's going crazy over there. Like, and then and then he started trashing New Orleans. He was like, yeah, it's a good thing I got traded out of there. It's a cursed franchise, man. Something's always going down over there. I was like, damn. But is he right though? Like, was he the was he the piece they needed, bro? I mean, I don't know. I
Maybe
mean,
like it adds more defense to the team.
Trey's just, there's like, just give him the ball, I guess.
Oh yeah,
And then all the other pieces around him are just, you know, they're complementary. They work. Is
yeah.
Shea even doing anything?
That's the one I don't know.
Is he even doing
I
anything? That's what I'm saying. They don't even. Do they? How much is he even playing? I guess he's getting 22 minutes. Okay, but it doesn't look great. Or
I think he's the starter.
23 minutes. Okay, but he's shooting 40% from the field and less than 30 from three. So that's like not great. But I'm sure he plays decent defense. I hope he does.
I feel like Shea is like just a random piece on their team.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully he can just develop because there was no hope in that draft class, anyways. But
No, they if they could have traded out, I feel like that would have maybe
yeah,
it.
but
But
nobody wanted to to trade up with them because nobody wanted the people up there. Like literally, Jared McCain was going to be like unanimous rookie of the year. Like he would, like nobody was close to doing what he was doing. But anyways, shout out to the Hawks.
Hit up the Hawks.
And then the teams that are super bad, the Nets are actually 3 losses behind the Sixers only. And there's a pretty nasty drop off. Hornets, Raptors, Wizards. They're just not good.
No,
They're just really bad.
I thought the Raptors were gonna do much better.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. I don't know what it is,
I mean,
but like,
Wizards is expected,
yeah, for sure. The
and
Raptors,
Hornets is just like, I don't know.
I think we're reaching a point in the NBA where it's like, if your best player isn't like all pro, you're like doomed. If they're like not borderline all pro, you're gonna be in like purgatory. Like you're not getting to the finals or like anywhere deep in the playoffs. I mean, the Raptors can't even they can't even get out of the fucking bottom 3 teams in the league.
They're stuck there for a minute, unless the Nets lose like the next 5 games.
I know. It's
But
nasty.
then the Raptors have to win 5 games to be in that same scenario or like area as the Sixers and the Nets.
Yeah. But you talked about it before we started recording, but the Nets made a trade. It's an
The
interesting
Nets have
trade.
made a trade.
It's an interesting trade. I did I was more, I would say more invested, but I definitely thought it was funny what Nick Young said. But anyways,
Oh yeah,
the
I seen that.
Lakers traded D'Lo and 3 second-round picks for Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton. So I believe the Nets are handing the tank commander keys to D'Lo. Cam
Yeah.
Johnson is also getting some warranted trade buzz because he's been playing well.
Yeah.
And then Nick Young weighed in and said, he pretty much said, "Don't come back to LA." He still hates him. That was like 10 years ago.
It was like 10 years ago, but still, like it haunts his soul.
That shit is so funny, man.
He's like, damn, I could have been with her name Iggy.
Iggy Azalea, bro. That's so funny though. That 10 years later, he's still like, fuck that guy.
It's crazy because I literally was watching a podcast with him and Gilbert Arenas talking about
Oh,
the
yeah.
D'Lo situation. This is like a week before the trade too.
Everyone remembers, man. Everyone remembers. But anyways,
Is D'Lo the first player to get traded twice to the same team?
It
I was
might-
trying to look that up, but
I have
the
no
Nets didn't count yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it had to have happened at some point, but I have no idea when.
But that's twice. Lakers to the Nets, and then you got back to the Lakers somehow, and then
That's
went
bad.
back to the Nets.
That's so funny.
Uh,
but-
D'Lo, I hope you turn into D'Lo Nets again. I like watching you when you're playing with the Nets. You'll probably make the plan or some shit.
I don't know if they will. Not now.
Yeah, in the East, I don't know. We got to see. You
I
play
mean,
real quick.
it's possible, but even the Pistons are like, how many games is that? They're 2 games ahead of the Nets. I mean, obviously anything could happen, but like
Anything can happen. It's
they're
it's
definitely
super
getting the team definitely got worse by trading for D'Lo and getting rid of DFS and Shake.
Oh yeah,
So I hope they don't make the play-in. I don't want to watch them in the play-in.
I just missed the vibes with the Nets with D'Lo on it.
That's true. That was a different D'Lo though. It was a
Just
different
need to
time.
cut his hair.
It was a different time. Yeah. But anyways, for the Lakers, we've not talked about them yet, but that is a
We're
good
switching
trade for
over to
them.
the West.
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Unless there's another team in the East you want to talk about, but I kind of don't.
Nah,
I don't really have much else to say about them.
I mean, besides Tyrese falling off, he's not been the player he was last year.
Yeah, he's having flashes of what he was last year, but last year was crazy. Last year was freaky.
It was freaky last year.
Anyways, yeah.
All right, the West.
So for the Lakers, since we were talking about them, I definitely think getting rid of D'Lo is, what's that one quote? Oh, it was I don't remember. Was it? Did Paul George say it about Norman Powell that it was like addition by subtraction, getting rid of him, and then Norman Powell turned into like Jesus this season, like as a revenge. That's like unironically what I feel for the Lakers. It's like getting rid of D'Lo is like a good thing, and they get DFS, who's 3-and-D, shooting the
Mm-hmm.
best three of his life, and Shake Milton, who is still like a good creator, good backup point guard, and they just need
But
that.
who is going to be the point guard? Is LeBron going to drop all the way down, play point guard, and then Finley sits in the lineup?
It could probably be either that, or they could just in the starting lineup it might be.
Austin Reeves? Max Christie?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But we'll see
One of
what
those guys.
fellow podcaster JJ Redick can cook up. So
Love that.
I was with my cousin Nate and my cousin Christian for Christmas.
Uh-huh.
They're both Laker fans, and Nate was like, "Man, those first two games with JJ Redick, man, it felt like he unlocked the Lakers, and then ever since then it's been downhill."
I
I
know.
was like, "Yeah." But yeah, Lakers are the sixth seed right now, which is pretty good, especially in the West. And
Yeah.
that's like a higher end outcome of the things we expected from them. Like we were like they'll probably be somewhere from like 6 to maybe like 9 in like a bad scenario. So 6 is good for now. They just
They're
gotta,
doing really good for where they're at right now. I
yeah,
like it. They're doing better than a couple great teams.
yeah. They just gotta stay
I
up.
mean, a team I would want to talk about is the Clippers because
Dude,
like they're missing their best player and they traded away one of their guys. So
dude, dude. I felt pretty good about saying I liked their offseason, but man, they're actually playing really well.
really fucking good.
They're actually playing really well, dude. James Harden, man. What once James Harden retires, he's gonna get the respect he really deserves. Because there are some people that still hate him, which is fair for for his style of play from Houston.
I feel like it's how he ended it off in Houston and went to the Nets, which like
Yeah, no, I get it. There's things to, as far as I know, I think all the Houston fans still ride or die for James Harden.
100%.
But yeah, I like the him being the main facilitator, and like he's just still a really good player. Like I don't know, like I never thought he was ever the problem on any team he was on.
No,
So I fully respect what he's doing, and of course we mentioned Norman Powell playing out of his mind. I mean, he is going crazy, but it's great. I didn't really expect. I mean, the standings are all very close. Like the 2 seed Grizzlies are 22-11, and then where are we? And then like
the
5 games
Rockets.
back, it's like the Warriors at the
Oh
ninth
yeah,
seed. So it's like they're not that far apart, but like
anything could happen with the West.
yeah, and there's a lot of time left. But Norman Powell's averaging 24 points per game on almost 50% shooting and 46% from 3. He
It's a
is
deserved spot.
he is balling, man. It's really fun. He's the Paul George replacement, man. He's
Perfect
better. He's
replacement.
better than Paul George.
I mean, they had when they had Paul George playing last year, he was the perfect replacement every time he was out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
shout out to Norman Powell.
shout out to SD resident Norman Powell.
Another team that's a lot higher. Well, honestly, 2 teams that are a lot higher than I expected. Like I said, close standings, but still. Grizzlies at the 2 seed and Rockets at the 3 seed. It's crazy. What are these
I know, it's
young
crazy.
what are these young bulls doing? These these young whippersnappers are giving it to all these old these veteran teams. This is crazy.
I expected the Grizzlies to be up there. I mean, they were up there a couple years ago. So
Yeah,
I feel like
that makes sense.
over time they would get it back together and be up there. But I wasn't expecting some teams to drop. But still, the Grizzlies. Shout out to the Grizzlies. They been playing wonderful for the first third of the season.
Yeah. And
The
then
Rockets. I know all the Rockets, all the boys that we had on the pod.
right,
Shout out Louis.
how's he
Your team
feeling?
is up here. They're
How's he
here.
feeling?
I don't know, but I know he's been busy working too, so I
Okay, man.
haven't
Hey,
talked to him in a while.
people got lives. It's okay. No worries. We got
But I
lives.
know he's excited, elated,
Oh yeah, I
having a
mean,
great time knowing that the
I'm sure.
Rockets are up there.
Yeah, I'm sure. And then the other, well, one of the other Texas teams right behind, one game behind them, the Mavericks. They're doing all right. They're doing solid. Clay is doing Clay things. He seems rejuvenated, which is nice. You know, it's nice when Clay is, feeling it. He is the second best shooter ever, so you know, it's fun watching him. But now, the fun part. We
The
gotta talk
very
about
fun part.
the teams that are underperforming compared to preseason expectations. Back to back in the standings at 7 and 8 are the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. One of the best playoff series we got last year in the second round, and here they are, chilling in the play-in right now. This is crazy.
I know, right?
With very similar rosters to last year. I know some big things happened, but they they went from the top of the standings. Now they're at the bottom of the playoff tree.
With the Nuggets, I can never speak up for the Nuggets, but Jokic is still having a phenomenal season.
Right.
He is a top three MVP candidate,
Of course.
but I don't know. I can't speak up for MPJ, Jamal Murray, Christian Braun, Gordon, and I mean Russell Westbrook has been playing pretty good
I'll say
for where he's at.
Westbrook today, I think, actually became the second player to record a triple double with no misses or turnovers. Shout out to
What?
Russ. Shout out to Russ.
Shout out to Russ.
I see you on the Twitter stats. I, s- I see you on the Twitter
That's
stats.
crazy.
And Christian, I think for Christian Brown, for a guy in like what his second or third year or something, being put into the starting role now, filling in for fucking KCP, he's doing good. He's doing his part. The issues still are with everyone else. the I don't know. I mean, we already saw what happened in the playoffs last year. And this team just is not as well built as they were a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I think I saw a stat that like Jokic could have had like 14 assists and he got like two of them because the rest of them were like missed shots. Which
No.
it could happen. Like it's not.
Could be that one that made me fuck up my parlay.
I know it could happen, but it is just interesting to see. And I do think this is one of the teams that is like, you don't want to play them in the playoffs no matter what. Obviously for very obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But the Timberwolves though, there's been some buzz about the that locker
Jacob,
room.
I have something to say.
Go ahead, bro.
We skipped over this team when we're talking about the East, but you know what? It's been 4 years and I've been talking shit about Cat. I got to give my respects. That trade, I love that trade so much, and I ended up liking it better because I have to give a lot of respect to Cat. And I'm sorry that I've been hating on you. You have been shining with the Knicks.
Hey,
You are a top three center in the league. The perfect team that you should be playing with is the Knicks. Shout out to the Knicks.
so is he behind the two MVPs or just one of them?
I'm gonna say top three big man. I don't know who else are you gonna think about because if you like Giannis, that's the four. I'm not counting Giannis.
Okay,
So it's Jokic, him, and somebody else.
okay, fair enough. Yeah, because Giannis
You
is
like
in the
Steve
center
right
but-
now?
No, you're good. But yeah, I think we did not talk too much about the Knicks, but since you brought him up, Cat is definitely filling his role there very well. If Mikal Bridges could just learn how to shoot again, that team could really do something.
100%, dude.
I mean, they're still the third seed. Like they might even lap the Celtics for the second seed. Like they're literally
They
like
could.
they're half a game behind. Like they're right there. Yeah, I saw Josh Hart close out a game by getting 2 offensive rebounds. I was like, oh yeah,
It's huge.
that's Josh Hart basketball. You don't even need to shoot the ball
He's like Dennis Rodman for the Knicks.
in his as at guard. That shit is so funny. But yeah, shout out to Cat. But for the Timberwolves, it would seem they are struggling a bit. They have some issues. I believe Anthony Edwards went out on record and pretty much said they are playing soft. They're playing like trash, and they gotta get it together.
100%.
And
1,000%.
and Julius Randle is not a great fit next to Rudy.
Definitely not. I feel like Rudy has just never been that guy on that team. There's a lot of highlights out there with Rudy Gobert missing easy layups he should be making. He's right next to the rim. It should be easy for him to lay it up, put it against the glass, or even dunk it in. But he fails to do all three.
Oh my god, Jesus!
There's no way. You're 7'2",
Oh my god.
four-time DPOY. You're a player of the year for something. So there should be more out of Rudy Gobert. I think he's the one who's like keeping them from going up.
Yeah, and I do remember there were people questioning why Cat got traded instead of Gobert. And I think it's because Cat is just more valuable than
It's more
Gobert.
value. Yeah,
Like, who
he
is
is.
gonna trade for Gobert? What are you really gonna get for Gobert? Like, who wants that guy? Who wants to trade for his contract? And the whole contract situation is a whole nother thing that we could discuss at another time. But the Cat trade even only happened for cap reasons. Like, they're trying to stay flexible for next year, so they had to trade Cat now, which is
Yeah,
crazy, you know. But that's what happens when you give Rudy Gobert the contract you give him. It's like now you're in this situation. Not to saying they shouldn't have, but
they shouldn't have extended him.
this is just the repercussions of it. And they did. I know they did massively changed the CBA rules like the season after they did that, which is crazy. But still, just not where we expected the Timberwolves to be. We were hoping for MVP Anthony Edwards, MVP Luka, MVP Shea, and at the end of the day, it's still Giannis versus Jokic for another year. Anything could happen. I'm not saying it's over, but for right now, it definitely seems like that's where we're headed. And then the next 4 teams that are all fighting for the 9 through 10 play-in spot in the West, which I think are very interesting teams. It's the
Very.
Warriors, the Spurs, the Suns, and then the Kings.
The Kings are out of question.
They did fire Mike Brown, so he's gone.
Oh, they fired Mike Brown.
Oh, you
Oh,
missed it? They fired him.
I missed it. I mean, the Kings were in my radar. Like I had high expectations for the Kings because DeMar DeRozan. Now he's sitting on the bench or some shit.
That
Um,
so apparently Mike Brown asked DeRozan to go to the bench, and then apparently he's been like singling out De'Aaron Fox, and I think in like his last media day, but like 15 minutes before he got fired, he's pretty much like, yeah, the team just, the players know. What did he say exactly? Pretty much, he pretty much just said his team was full of shit, or like they weren't about shit, or it was like their mental was like, it was like they had mental problems in terms of like,
that's crazy.
in terms of like being locked in, and he was like, doing his best. It was something along those lines. That's not it exactly, but whatever. He got fired. So yeah, they might be done.
It
Yeah.
might be. It's so crazy to think about because they literally just was in the playoffs, I think, or the
Yeah,
play-in, and it was one of their
yeah,
biggest games.
yeah. It was. That was a time, man.
It was a time.
The light the beam movement was a special time. That was a special time, man, and they won't see that for a while. Back to
Unless they can get
purgatory.
it together.
Back to purgatory they go.
There's always next year, Kings. There's always next year. I think the
Yeah.
Spurs got you this time.
I mean the I mean even from, and I know my take was very simple, like I think these are good players. These are better players than what they had last year. But like apparently the offense changed, like Sabonis isn't like creating as much cuz they're not giving him the ball in those situations. And like no one else on the
Crazy.
team has any basketball IQ.
Fuck.
Like Sabonis is the only one that knows how to read a defense and like, you know, play make well. It's like him and like Fox, but Fox is still kind of stupid.
Fuck.
Did you see he they lost the Pistons game because of him. Not just because of him, obviously, but like he did the play that sealed their fate. He
Oh.
did a hard closeout on a 3 when they were up 3 and he fouled the dude and the dude hit the and one on the 4-point play and they lost off of it. Like he did not have to jump as hard as he did to contest the shot, but he did. And then he fouled him and then he made it and then they lost. So it's just, you know, it's kind of a disaster over there, I can't lie.
Time to blow it up again.
That's what the Kings fans want. The Kings fans want a
Rebuild?
full real rebuild. But yeah, it doesn't look good. Nothing about that situation just screams positivity. But for the Spurs though,
Thanks for telling me that, though. I
oh
needed
yeah,
to know that.
I
The
needed
Kings
to
is just
I needed to know that.
just sitting there in my corner. I'm like, I'll do it later. I'll look at them
I
later.
mean,
Never came
you
around.
don't have to. But for the Spurs,
The Spurs.
go Wemby, man.
Wembanyama.
Go Wemby. He did his thing on Christmas. Big 40. Shout out to him.
Big-
You know, we get our weekly he's an alien highlight from him. He is doing very well for himself, obviously. And, you know, it's a chill little team. Obviously, nothing crazy. They're still obviously trying to put the team together, build the roster up, figure out who to put next to Castle and Wemby once all the old dudes are gone. So, you know, they're chilling. I mean, it's a really developmental year. If they, you know, make a play-in game, that'll be cool. No one's really expecting anything out of them. It's kind of just the Wemby show, which is fine. But I heard Castle is doing well, so that's cool. I do think he'll be a good player. It seems like he's good, but early times. And then, do you have anything to add for the Warriors or the Suns, they're all right next to each other in the standings?
Yeah. I mean, the Warriors are still. I think they're just missing one more piece to exceed,
Hey,
to succeed.
free Lauri Markkinen. Free Lauri Markkinen.
Oh yeah.
Free him.
I'm like thinking, who am I? Who's
It's
that?
about time.
It's a fucking Jazz.
Get him out of here. Get him out of there. Free him. He doesn't deserve to be there.
Well, he's stuck with what's his name? He was on the Celtics. Is he GM for the Celtics or the Jazz or
Danny
the
Ainge.
president?
Yeah, Danny
Yeah.
Ainge. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, you're stuck with Danny
he's
Ainge.
holding him hostage.
See,
He's
Danny
holding-
Ainge, he's really intelligent, but like with this situation that's going on, you might as well
He is holding him
give him up
hostage.
for some service.
Yeah. And speaking of the Jazz, they are. What is that? They're pretty much tied for like the third worst record. And the Trailblazers are right above them, but they're not good either. And the worst record in the league, the New Orleans Pelicans, after trading for DeJounte Murray, ravaged by all kinds of injuries. Is this the is the biggest disappointment of the season? Like, what's happening here?
I think it's a piece of dog shit. I think what the Pelicans need to do is just sell the team, go to Seattle, find a way to trade Zion, try to find a way to trade everybody out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I'm,
if you want to keep certain players, keep Trey Murphy and Herbert Jones.
dude,
But
who?
at the end of the day, just like
I
maybe
mean,
just trade players. I don't
how
know.
desperate do you have to be as a GM to trade for Zion Williamson at this point in his career? How
Well, you got to
desperate?
trade him away.
How desperate do you have to be to trade for Zion? That's what I want to know.
How
Because
desperate?
because how many games has he played since he got drafted? Like
A couple.
he does not at least 3 games. Like he doesn't play. Like obviously we're just talking about it with Kawhi and Paul George, which is fair because they also don't play. But he doesn't play. He just doesn't. He can't get on the court.
I feel like he's in New Orleans. Like, what's over there?
Really good food apparently.
Not. That's why he's out and he's gaining more weight. I heard a lot of good things about food over there, but
Dead, bro. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, the only biggest thing that's happening in New Orleans is gonna be like Kendrick Lamar at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, dude, I'm so excited for that though.
I'm so
I'm so
excited. I'm gonna see him
excited.
in May. By the way,
Yeah, what?
I'm gonna see him in May.
Oh shit, that's crazy. Hell
So
yeah,
if
dude.
any of the people of the podcast that's watching the pod, if you see me in May, just say what's up.
You see me
I'll
in
be
May.
in Seattle.
Hey, there you go. But yeah, Zion has played in 190 games in his career, which is like barely over 2 seasons, and he got drafted in like 2019.
Damn,
Like how desperate
190.
how desperate does a GM have to be to trade for this guy knowing he can't stop eating?
I think that he'll have a. It's like a 50-50. He'll have a cat situation or a Ben Simmons situation. He'll either play better or not play.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna play. Straight up, I don't think he's gonna play.
If he does have a cat situation, I honestly believe that he could improve a team. I mean, he took the
Okay, yeah,
Pelicans to the
yeah.
playoffs, but not showed up because of injury reasons, which is fair
But see,
enough.
that's the problem. Like, how much can you ask him to do if he's prone to just like falling over and being out for the season at any given time?
I feel like you got to put him around good vets and good people. Get him away from the strip clubs. Get him away from these porn stars.
Like like, I would just be scared. I would just be scared if he was my number one option. Cause it's like he's just gonna hurt himself again.
Yeah.
It's a damn disaster. And DeJounte Murray's been out. I don't know. I think he's come back, but he was out near the beginning of the season with like a hand fracture. Like, bro, it's a disgrace in New Orleans. It's a goddamn disgrace.
How many years does Zion have left on his contract?
I can check. Zion Williamson, contract. I mean, did they? Oh, they definitely extended him. Let's see.
And how much is his contract right now?
So he has 3 years after this one, and the average per year is 39.4 million.
Jesus.
So I'm saying, who's trading for him? Who would trade for him? I feel like it's not. How desperate do you have to be, man? Like you guys, it's got to be like a vetoable trade. Like it's got to be like a contender giving up like 2 bench players and
Rudy
like picks.
Gobert.
Oh, no. That's so bad for the. Could you imagine that for the Pelicans? I mean, I guess if Zion's gone, it's not that bad, but it's still weird as hell.
You could say. I mean,
They have
I've
like
always seen like.
like
You said what?
zero. They have zero offensive power. It's the DeJounte Murray and Trey Murphy doing all the scoring.
Basically.
I guess CJ McCollum's there, but like He's not gonna do anything in the playoffs. No disrespect, but that's not his game.
Uh, it's
Anyways,
time to blow it up for that one. We'll talk about trades in a later episode, but
yeah, when the trades happen, we'll get to them. They haven't happened yet.
we'll have more rumors. We'll have some speculations.
Yeah, there's nothing crazy
Next
right
month,
now. It's a little
next year,
yeah, it's a little early. We got a couple months. A couple months.
couple months is like 2.
Exactly. Exactly. It's coming up. We'll get
It's
there.
maybe,
All Stars
but
coming.
it's,
All Stars coming up. Once All Star break comes, we'll have dunk contest, 3-point contest, all kinds of stuff to talk about. Whatever. We'll get there.
we'll get there. It's a process, a journey.
All right.
And then the team that we missed out was the Suns. And what do you think, Jacob?
I don't know.
Are they gonna make it? Or are they not gonna make it?
I honestly have not really been keeping up with them, so
Neither have I.
so I can't say for sure. I should have asked Brandon before the episode because I talked to him
Oh,
still. But I'm not surprised they are where they are because the team isn't that inspiring. I don't know.
no, they're not. I mean, I don't like Bradley Beal, but he's scoring. I've seen
I
his team put a parlay on him.
if there's if there's any players that I don't really mess with, one of them is definitely I respect his game. I respect what he can do, especially after Team USA.
100%.
But as a player, not as a person necessarily, but he's just a player that I don't particularly care for. Devin Booker. Like if I don't see Devin Booker playing in the playoffs, I won't mind. I'll be okay with it. I'll be okay with it. I could miss a Devin Booker series. Yeah, KD's old, man. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Put him on a new team. Bring him back to the Thunder.
He gotta retire at this point, man. Like not out of him being bad or anything, but like he's old, dude.
Playing better than Paul George? Come on, bro.
Okay, that's true, but he also needs to retire because he's ass. He's ass. They need to retire for different reasons. Dude, KD is 36, man. Go start a family, bro. Go start a
All
family.
you do is wake up and ball.
That's what I'm saying. Like you've done enough, man, and you're not winning a championship anytime soon. You're not winning another championship. Like that road is done. That bus is gone. But it's not too late to start a family. You can have a child and then teach ball to your child, and that'll be your basketball. Like it's over for you, bro. Like we gotta.
I don't
There's
honestly.
you got a new journey, bro.
With me, I don't want him to leave yet.
Yeah, that's fair. Him and Braun are going at the same time.
Oh, they will. Maybe him, Curry, and Braun.
Oh yeah,
They
Curry's also 36. He's also on the way out, bro. Fucking hey man, like
bro,
I
if
said,
they make a team on the big 3,
that'd be disgusting, bro.
bro, they will win every year.
That would be so funny. Yeah, in the big 3, of course they would, dude. That shit. They are real. Those are like 3 top 20 players at minimum of all time.
Of course, dude.
Of all time. At
Imagine
minimum,
Curry
top
shooting
20.
the 4-pointer.
That's a regular shot for him, bro.
Exactly. They're just gonna get more views,
Yeah,
and I'm gonna start looking at the G League. I mean the big 3.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I if the Suns make it to the playoffs, it's cool. I don't really care if they don't. I wouldn't feel like I got robbed of anything
No,
because it's like I've seen enough of this team already. It's still KD, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker. Like whatever. I'm fine with
I think
that.
they should blow that team up too.
Yeah, I mean they just gotta wait for KD to retire because no one's gonna trade for Bradley Beal. And so they can't really do anything. And I feel like trading Devin Booker is kind of a waste of a move. It's like, what do you, unless you could really get something for him, but I doubt it. But like, I feel like they lose that trade no matter what. So, you know, we'll see what happens, I guess. But it's not good over there. I
Not
mean,
too great.
it's whatever. It's they have a semi decent team that could probably make a playing game, but
They could get swept again.
it would literally take Devin Booker going Super Saiyan, and Kevin Durant also going Super Saiyan, and Bradley Beal also going Super Saiyan.
I don't think Bradley Beal's that type of guy to go Super Saiyan though. I think he's gonna
None
be
of
like
them,
some dude.
and
You just push in the corner.
they all have to do it at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, it's not happening. All right. Well, enough about the Suns. I don't care about the Suns. Is there anything? Is there anything else you want to touch on before we get out of here?
Let's make some New Year's resolutions
All right.
for some NBA players.
All right. Who do you want to start with? Where do we go? Who?
Well,
who
I had brought up a name earlier.
what was? Go ahead. Say it. Go ahead.
What are we gonna say about Joel Embiid?
You can say it. 'Cause you were right. You were right,
Was I right? What did I even say?
bro. What?
I have so much shit in my mind
Bro,
about
just
Joel Embiid.
You could come up with it right now, bro, and I guarantee it'd be the same thing.
Probably be the same.
Go ahead, say it.
Joel Embiid, your New Year's resolution is to go out and shine and start fucking playing some fucking games.
There
God
you go.
damn, dude.
There you go.
You've been just
There you go.
sitting there, dazing, hoping that you're gonna make it to the playoffs in the fucking 11th seed.
I have to hope.
I'm not
they
gonna
make
be
it.
like that guy to be like, shut up and dribble, but
You should play
fucking-
basketball.
just play basketball, bro. Have fun. And if you don't want to play anymore, fucking
Have
retire.
Have fun. That was my resolution to like half the people we talked about. Just retire, bro.
Retire.
KD, go start a family. Paul George, go stick to podcasting. Rudy Gobert, go back to France. No, I'm just kidding. You can stay. It's okay. Do your thing. You're
Well,
still.
he'll be big time in the G League for sure.
Yeah, I don't really have. I think the Nuggets I think they won today, so they moved up in the standings mid episode. That's crazy. Yeah, they literally just moved up. As I'm looking at the standings. They're now the 6th seed. Good for them.
Good for them.
Like, we didn't even talk about the Thunder at all, but like I don't really know what to say.
Me too.
Like, they're kind of just the Thunder. Like, it's kind of
I mean, Shea's having an MVP caliber season,
yeah,
like always.
yeah,
The team is just good.
yeah. It's nothing
They
out
lost
of
the cup, but they're just good.
it's nothing we didn't expect. Like, this is par for the course, really.
They have
As far as our
what, the best
expectations.
defense?
As far as our expectations, yeah, yeah,
I think they're fine. I think
yeah.
I don't know, early prediction, some bullshit like Western Conference Finals or something. I'm not gonna say they're gonna lose. I think they're gonna make it that far.
That's fair. They could definitely make it. The West, it's the scary thing about the West is that if the 7th, 8th seeds are really like Nuggets, Lakers, or Timberwolves, like you really, like those aren't free at all. Like you really might lose to those teams. Like you really got to lock in. I think it's going to do it for 2024. It's been a fun year. We definitely had some fun videos, some fun times. Go check out all that other shit. Last I checked, the draft reaction was at 3,000 views, which is so crazy to me to think of still.
3,000?
Yeah,
Whoa.
bro, we hit the thousands, bro.
I forget about all that.
Bro, we
Dang,
hit
it's
the
just been
thousands.
such a long time. Thank you for everyone
Yeah.
who tuned in for that.
We're still close to 100 subs. I don't think we're there yet, but we're near it. We do need to hit up Hoop God if he wants to do an episode.
No, yeah,
do
Hoop
need
God's
to
gonna
hit
come
Hoop
out
God.
with the basketball. Hoop God.
He uploading like crazy, bro.
No, he is. Shout out to Hoop God. Shit, man. we'll probably get back to reacting to your videos once again soon.
Yeah, I gotta see what's out there because I saw he he remixed like almost all of GNX. I was like, damn, bro. I was like, that's a lot of song.
Really?
I don't know about
Oh
almost all
my!
of it, but he definitely did a good bit. He definitely hit the big ones.
I'm gonna tune into a couple of them, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna save some room
Right.
for us
Yeah.
to react to.
That's what I've been doing too. I haven't listened to any of it, but I've seen it though. I've
I've
been
only seen the podcast with Who God, MJ, and Paul George.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
think that one was pretty funny.
Yeah. All right. Well, to everybody that has found us in 2024, because that's when we started.
Yeah.
Thank you for being a part of the journey. Thank you for watching. Anybody that has ever watched, thank you. PJ, you got any words for the people?
Um, to end of the year, I'm grateful for everyone who was tuning in to us, watching us. Hopefully next year is gonna be a better year for all of us. Hopefully we get some predictions right.
Definitely not. But we'll try. We'll try. We had some good tries last year. I think we
Had
had
a
some
lot of
pretty
good
good.
tries.
We had some decent takes. I think for the most
Decent.
part.
I mean,
For the most
I
part.
already gave some flowers back to some players that deserve the flowers.
Yes, sir.
And today is Monday, December 30th.
You're
Tomorrow I will be dropping a song with a friend. I'm actually a feature, so I don't know what he would call the song,
okay.
but I'll put it in the comments. Hope you guys check it out. And yeah, happy New Year to everybody.
Like and subscribe. You know the drill. Leave a comment. Tell me who your favorite Asian player is. Mine is
Zach Edey.
okay. There you go. We didn't even mention him earlier, but yeah, shout out Zach
I
Edey.
yeah, when you were
Also,
saying the AAPI, I was like,
we
damn,
can
Yuki. I like Yuki.
we can
When another
officially
guy.
add Zach Edey to the AAPI list now that he has played NBA basketball.
Can I add
Um,
in Yuki? Mr.
hey,
5'2" Magic Johnson.
absolutely, brother. Yeah, shout out to them. Shout out Jared McCain,
Shout out
my
Jerry
my
McCain.
favorite
Hopefully we can get
TikToker,
you on a podcast.
my my favorite TikToker. But yeah, I was gonna do it. This is the Hooper Sub Podcast, back again. Hopefully, more soon. We'll see. I guess. I am Jacob with my co-host PJ. We will see you all
We
soon.
got
Peace out, y'all.
see you next year.